Sanford Stadium, home to the Georgia Bulldogs, where more than 90,000 have already started to bark loudly. Coaches like to say, play the next one on the schedule. This one carries a little more weight, a mid-season top 10 showdown. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Colorado Buffaloes, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. Now on the option. Now the toss. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
They'll try the run. Gets it out to the 40-yard line. Give him 5 on that one.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. To the ground. He's got it again. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season.
Oh, it's out! Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
I tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And the Buffaloes will punt it away on 4th down. Trickery and deception. They snap it to the up man. And the gamble pays off as they pick up the first down.
I love it. How about the onions of the coach? First drive, coming out, set the tone. They get stopped on 3rd down. Now you bring on the punt unit. No. I was ready. I had a fake, pulled the trigger, and got it.
A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a mid-season showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now we've got this major clash, head-to-head in front of the entire country, all eyes watching. Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
The huge play got him on the porch, but now they got to kick in the door. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
After getting nothing done on first down, 2nd and goal from the 6. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Colorado!
I think what you love about that opening drive for the offense is the balance. They were able to throw the football to set themselves up into position, and then he carries it in for the TD. You got to be able to keep defenses on their heels, and they did a nice job of that on this opening drive.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Kingsbury. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Line gets set, first down. The give to the back. He's running free down the middle. Inside the 50, the 30, the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Georgia!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll return it. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. He's going to pass. And a sack all the way back at the 5.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Finds his man. It's Cox. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Listen, I'm going to move this guy. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He throws one to the left. He hauls it in, and nobody's close. That defense got gassed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. The Buffaloes will snap it on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Blasted as he lets it go. He makes the catch. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Caught in the backfield, it's Cox. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Buffs! Getting set for the point after. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Purdue pulled into town on a mission, and they're hightailing it out of here with a huge win. A masterful road performance, or as Coach likes to call it, Boilermakers football. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home
evening all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. And the Dogs want to crank the tempo. Leaves it with the running back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. He's got 93 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. He'll pitch it. Open space at the 25. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Bulldogs! He'll try to tack on one more. And it's perfect. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he punctuated that drive by ripping off a 38-yard run for 6. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every 3rd down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let...
It's complete. A huge pickup. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Drop, and the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Well, the offense ought to go buy a lottery ticket because that ball somehow bounced right back to them. They'll keep it. He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy. Man, this tight end, he's a weapon. We've seen it, right? He can get downfield. He can make plays vertically in the passing game. So this defense was aware of that. Nice job in coverage swatting that one away.
He's going for the big play. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. And the Buffaloes will line up to punt it away. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. On the return, it's Kingsbury. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Davis will throw. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. Dogs pick up the first down through the air, and the Georgia faithful starting to howl and bark.
And we've seen that in the past with Georgia. Maybe you get a little bit conservative, a little bit too much reliant on great defense, run the football. The reason they they broke through, the reason they started winning championships in the recent era, they became more aggressive, more dynamic throwing the football down the field.
On second down, he's looking downfield. And it's intercepted. He tried to set up the screen, and the defense was right there. Touchdown, Buffaloes! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense.
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And Dave, you know, it's funny. I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands. Guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Runs through the tackle. Still on his feet at the 45. And he's running in the open. Touchdown, Dogs! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. On to attempt the try. Splits the uprights. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with a long run for the touchdown. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, and it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
They run the reverse. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
So now they'll try to mitigate that disaster on second down from the 15. He's looking to throw. Picked off. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Georgia. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Cranking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's first down from the 44. Looking to move it through the air. Pressure coming. And he can't escape, and down he goes. This pressure from the defensive front is overwhelming, much like when three-time All-American David Pollock played on the Georgia defensive front. Whatever happened to that guy?
A washed-up old guy. I've heard bad things about that guy. But no, when you look at these defenses Georgia's had, these dominant defenses, man, it's just big, physical guys up front. You think about the Jordan Davises and the Trayvon Walkers of the recent past, just guys that dominate a football game. You have to know where they're at every snap.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. The big gain on offense, and the play will stand. The offense declines the penalty. And the Buffaloes have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. He finds his man, and he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he could see he had him. He completes it for the 1st down.
He wants to throw it again. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They're getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
3rd and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the 1st here. They'll try to get it through the air. Buys a little time with his feet. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the 1st down, keep this drive rolling.
It's 1st down from the 11. Looking for space. It's Hendricks. Touchdown, Colorado! And they take it in for 6 more points. And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffs! All even up after that one. Basically a brand new game.
And with a tie, guess what? Back to the offense. Back to the offense. Which defense can get a stop? These offenses have been hungry.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll bring it out. It's Kingsbury. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a 2-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their wind.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Trying play action. Quarterback now breaking the field. Pressure's there and he gets rid of it. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Man, this QB is so dangerous. He can get outside the pocket, and right here you can tell he gets outside the pocket. Now I got to make some decisions, man. Do I want to go chase this guy? Do I play coverage? And that's why these mobile quarterbacks can really put you in a predicament. The defense won this battle, but that guy is so hard to corral.
Davis looking to pass. They're working that left side. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Wow, what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
Looking to go up top on first down. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. He's already thrown one pick, and look, he might get it together, but it seems like he's a little fouled up in his mechanics. A lot of things coming off his back foot.
Yeah, and you want to get those feet set and in the ground. Once you start to drift, that ball, when you throw it, is going to drift. So he's just got to iron in, get those feet set, stay square every time he throws the football so he can be a little bit more accurate, stop making some of these bonehead plays.
The sure hands, it's battle. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Coming after him. Fires to the big fella. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
On third and short, the power run here. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. The defense calls the timeout. Their second of the day as they try to get their act together. The Bulldogs will go for it here on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch past the sticks. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now a fresh set of downs.
Davis will throw. Getting some heat. Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage. It has been said that the other team's quarterback must go down, and he must go down hard, and he did.
And often is good, too. The most you can get to him, but great job by the defense, rushing the quarterback, understanding pass, and getting the big fella on the ground.
Pulls it in. It's Jolly. They'll immediately call timeout.
Really nice job by the defense, keeping everything in front of you in that situation and rallying to the football. And now you're rewarded with third and long. So we'll see on this next play if they do the same thing here or if they sell out and bring the blitz.
Gets it out fast. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. Quick timeout called by the offense after the play.
Man, I love on third down when I know I have a running back that can beat guys. Whether you want to cover me with a linebacker or a safety, I can run an angle route, and I can have success because my quarterback knows exactly when he's going to break, and that defense is not going to beat my running back.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. And the offense sprung a big-time leak, and the quarterback went down.
And when you're throwing the football, you're trying to stop the best athletes in the world from getting to your quarterback. They're going to get there. They're pinning their ears back, get to the QB, get the sack.
This drive facing a little adversity now after that last play. It's 2nd and 20. He's looking to throw. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Snagged by the defense. Trying to take it back. He's at the 40. And he was trying to chart a course on that pick for a pick 6, but he'll be stopped at the 31.
Man, what a play. Now you're setting your offense up for great position, but you want to make big plays as a defense. Not only make big plays, return it a long way down the field. You wanted a touchdown, obviously, but you set your offense up in great scoring position.
And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Kingsbury. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Goes to the option. Fights his way for a couple, but stops short of the marker. It's 4th and 1.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Georgia sends out the punt team.
In punt formation to kick it away.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. First down here for the offense. He's going to pass. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Back to the line after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 37. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's going for it all. Snags it at the 30 and still running. Touchdown, Buffaloes! They take the lead with the 6. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights. They're up 35-28. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, fellas, here's a final update on a top 15 clash. Washington notched a victory in enemy territory, and though it wasn't a dominant win, I'd argue any win away from Husky Stadium is worth its weight in gold. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They're trying to get to him. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Hoping to find one that works this time on second down from the 7. Davis looking to pass. He's got his man. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. The back goes in motion. Moving out of the pocket. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
And this is why you don't want to get in these situations. 3rd and long, defense knows it's pass. They're playing pass, playing deep. QB has nowhere to go with the football, so he just throws it away.
A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
2nd and 10 after the previous play. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Trying to make magic with his feet. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a 1st down.
Man, that's so frustrating. And it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the right. Complete in the middle. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. Throws toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Colorado. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. Coming out with it, it's Kingsbury. He gets it out to the 32 and sets him up with a little better field position. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Floating away. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. He's looking downfield to throw. He'll pull it down. And the pass is incomplete here on third down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out. He just lost track of where he was on the field. Entire body past the line of scrimmage. Illegal forward pass, and they will back him up. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Offense set on first down. Looking to move it through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Crispin. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. A nice job between those two.
Brings up second down.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. Wide out in motion. He's looking for a man on second down. Unloads to the wide out. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
To the wideout. Gain of 23 on the play. And that's good enough for a first down.
The Buffaloes come to the line with a new set of downs. The aerial assault continues. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffs. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23.
28.
The kickoff team out there set to boot it away.
To kick off.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Witherspoon. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Davis will throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you could tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get it.
Lofts one high and deep. He's got it down the right side. Nothing but green ahead. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
I'm a play caller nowadays, man. I want versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The Dogs getting a push in the middle and getting to the quarterback and just salivating to get at it.
And every year they find these dudes. They all look the same, just massive, big, strong, quick guys that don't like people, Reese Davis, that just love.
Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. You get a play like that and you feel like you can go in and finish the deal. It'll be 1st and 10 from just inside the 50. Now improvising. He's going to swing it into the heart of the field. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line.
And that's why this guy's a complete running back. He's good between the tackles, he can pass block, but he can also run routes. And we're not just talking about screens or swing routes. This guy gets vertical down the field, and he can run the route tree.
He's got it and still on his feet. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Feeling some heat. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. They keep attacking through the air. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo! They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. NC State found a way to pick up the W, and a win is a win, but this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to in Raleigh. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They'll throw it on 1st down. Got a man. It's Peppers. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
Davis looking to pass. Safe completion on the screen. Oh, he gave him the limp leg. He gets it past the 1st down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. To the air on first down. Fires downfield. Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Inside the 35. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Davis will throw. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His third interception. At the 30. He's at the 10. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1. And they tacked on the extra point.
That makes the score. Colorado 63, Georgia 35.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. He'll bring it out. It's Kingsbury. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still so...
The ball's free. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
You just wonder about this guy's confidence right now. After fumbling in his last game, he's just fumbled again now. He seems like he's a little bit unsure of himself, and because of that, if you're the offensive coordinator, how many more times do you want to go back to this guy in this game?
Boy, this is just the type of field position this offense wants. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He's got it down the middle. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And the Buffaloes in the hurry-up. On third and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. And he needed just a single yard, and he did not get it. What a stout play by this defense. This offense has already converted once on fourth down. Can they do it again? He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and the defense makes a stop and gets the football back.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on fourth? Why not just punt, give it back, and just This coach wants his guys to keep executing. I played for a coach in college that would have done the same thing. The backups are on the field. They get an opportunity to run your playbook, so let them do it. At the end of the day, you've got to force the opponent to stop. And that's what they're doing. That's the mindset. I got to be honest, I like it.
From their own 23, it'll be 1st and 10. Davis looking to pass. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
Now the play fake. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Makes the grab on the right. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle was finally made.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
Pocket starts to collapse. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He's right on target. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Fires to the right. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. Forges ahead for 1 to the 8-yard line.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. They want to dance their way in on 3rd and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Dogs! They'll try to tack one more on their score. Right down the boulevard. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fair catch, called for and made. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Looking for a huge play. Makes the catch down the right side. Running through contact. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. And the Buffaloes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Fast motion from the offense. He's looking to throw. He's got it. And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. This defense didn't hang its head. They stood tall after the big play. 3rd and goal coming. On the move. Touchdown, Buffs! And the beatdown has ensued. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Florida State went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's house and prove you're legit. And did the Seminoles ever do that? A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Gets rid of it. Zings it complete to the right. And he delivers the blow, and he's still running. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Here's a throw downfield late. And it's his fourth interception of the night. He'll try to take it back. And after the pick, everybody going the other way, and he crossed midfield and got it to the 47.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And that ball is picked off. Didn't get a chance to show off those running skills, but he gives him the ball at the 29-yard line.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. You probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
Keeps the play going. Got rid of it just in time. A flag flies in as this one falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on. Now on second down. Davis will throw. He wants a big play here late. And that is his fifth interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17. First down here for the offense. They're looking for an advantage to the right. Real power running by this guy as he bangs his way to the 24. Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the